Hi everyone, welcome back to Brook Valley Life, or hello for the first time. Today we're talking archery again, as you can see behind me, and we're talking about the mental side of archery. And now this isn't for the guys who are going for major competitions, World Cup, Olympic, stuff like this. This is just for the basic archer who's going to their local competition and haven't felt the pressure before, and how we can overcome it, and can you overcome it, because a lot of it does come down to the person. So stay with me, let's have a look at what we can do, what I've been told and what I actually do to overcome some of the nerves and the pressure that we put ourselves under when we go to competitions. So stay with me and let's see how we go. Hi everyone. So today we're talking sort of about the mental side of archery. This isn't for the guys who are looking at major World Cup and Olympic style stuff. This is for the guys that go to their local competition or have never been to a competition before and are getting a bit anxious and stuff like that, and what you can do to not overcome it but to reduce it. I know Jake Kaminski's recently done a video on the mental side and what he was taught at the US team, and some of the stuff that they do is good. They speak to sports psychologists and all this type of thing. But the normal everyday archer doesn't usually go to a sports psychologist. I was really lucky when I was in my last job in the Navy, and they had, or the Defence Force had psychologists, and one of them actually did some sports psychology, and chatted with him, and yep, he gave me some pointers, and it did work. Because one year, I think it was around 2017, I took in what he had said, and we'll cover some of the stuff, but I won the indoor nationals, second in the outdoor nationals, second in second in the field, second in the clout, third in the clout, and I won the Recurve Archer of the Year award because of my scores throughout the year. So it's a very good year for me. So, mental side of archery. All I will say right from the beginning is, if you're not having fun, then you're not going to do very well. Having fun with doing what you're doing. Do you enjoy it? If not, why are you doing it in the first place? I used to play golf. I used to go fishing. I just don't have the time anymore, but I enjoy doing it. It's something different, getting out, going for a walk, getting in the fresh air. I really, really enjoy it. I like playing some video games as well. It relaxes me. Some people say, oh, it keeps the brain going, but shooting up aliens on the screen makes me feel relaxed. Just me. Other people won't. Other people may want to read a book, stuff like that. But I enjoy it. So make sure you're having fun to begin with. Second thing, positivity. If you think negative thoughts, negative things will happen. As I said, I used to play golf. You get up onto a tee. You've got a pond or a lake in front of you, and you need to hit it, say 100 yards across to get onto the dry land on the other side. You're going to focus on the water, and you're thinking, oh no, water. Don't go in the water. Don't go in the water. You're saying that, but your brain's saying, go in the water, go in the water. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to top it, do something silly, and the ball goes plop straight in the water. So keep positive. You're up on the line, you're shooting, you're looking. I always look at the 10. I visualize my shot before I even take it. So I get up there, I look at the center of the target, and I say, that is where my arrow is going. I go through my routine, bang. Hopefully it goes in the 10. Does it go in the 10 every time? No. but my visualized shot does. So keeping it positive and visualizing what's happening. Another thing to remember is I'm visualized, I'm positive, yeah, I'm at full draw, I'm pulling through the clicker, clicker's just gone, I release. Can I affect the arrow once it's left the bow? No. So why do a lot of people always worry and get disheartened once the arrow's left the bow? There's nothing you can do. You can't dwell on a bad shot. We all do bad shots, even the big guys. Yeah, the Ellisons, the Mr. O, Mr. Kim, all of those guys, they all do bad shots every now and again. They just carry on. And that's what we have to do as well. We just do it more often than they do because they practice a lot more. So as soon as that arrow has left the bow, there's nothing you can do. You can't change the score of it. You can't do anything. You can't affect it. So just forget it. You can look where it's gone, yeah, and say, that was a good shot. However, it's hit the 7. Why has it hit the 7? It must be the wind. It felt good. What's the wind doing? You usually have a little flag on top of the target that shows the direction of the wind. Okay, maybe I should aim off, move my sight or something like that. It's giving you positive feedback and you can do something about it. However, you can't do anything, to affect its score once it's left the bow. Just forget about it. Next. The only way you're going to get better is to practice. Yeah, practice. Maybe do some weight work to get stronger. And when you practice, you get stronger. You can hold the bow steadier. You can refine your shot technique. And yeah. But have fun while you're doing it. If you're shooting on your own, do something different. Mix it up. Don't get into the drudgery of thinking, oh God, I've got to go and practice again. I don't really want to. It's cold, it's wet. But do you want to go to a competition and shoot well? And talking about competition, when you go to a local competition or whatever, who are you actually shooting against? Do you want to beat the guy next to you? Do you want to beat the best guy there? It's what you want to do. What do you want to have the outcome? The thing is the main person you've got to beat is yourself. You're the one, yeah, your scores are the things you need to try and beat. Outside, for say a 70-meter round, my top score on a 70-meter round is quite low, and it's only around, I think it was about 610, and I did that in practice. Have I ever broken 600 in a competition? No. Why not? I don't know. I just haven't. Whether I can blame lots of things, but it all comes down to my shooting. I didn't practice enough. But it's okay. I'm just making sure. If I practice more, I practice in bad weather. I always shoot better in good weather, and compared to other archers, and I shoot worse than other archers in bad weather, especially wind. I hate the wind, but I need to practice more in it. I need to get stronger, be able to hold the bow steadier, practice. But I need to make it fun. As I said, other competitors, I'm not shooting against them, I'm shooting against myself. Is it nice to beat them? Of course. It's nice to beat everyone, it's nice to win. But you're not always going to win. Sometimes you think you deserve it, but you don't. That year I got the Recurve Archer of the Year here in New Zealand. I'd beaten everybody. And we went to the squad shoot. So this was for the national team going away to World Cups. I've beaten everybody there. throughout the season, and I must admit, I was thinking, this is going to be a cakewalk. We got there, and the weather was awful. Wind, horizontal rain, it wasn't warm, it was just completely horrible. It was split over 2 days, ranking round, and then match play the following day. Top 8 went through from the first day to the second day. I managed to make it into the top 8 even though I shot really bad. I don't even think I scored a 540. I think it was below that. It was the worst I'd shot all year. Because I went there and I saw the weather, and my brain just went, you don't shoot well in this weather. And I didn't. It happens. Following day, it was still bad weather, and how they did it was 1 shot against 8, and we went through against each other. My first match, so number 8, me, shooting against number 1, who had ranked first, and I beat him 6-0. It was weird, and we had points from the first day, points on the second day, and I came in about, overall, I think it was 5th, and I missed out on a spot in the national squad, and I drove home, and it was a good 6-7 hour drive home, and my brain was going, and I was feeling down, depressed, and thinking, this is crap. Bad way of doing it, bad weather, it doesn't show who's the best archer, just who was best on the day, and all these thoughts going around my brain. And I got back to where I was, back home, and I sat down, gave myself a quick slap around the face, and I said, well, I didn't practice enough in the rain where other people did. But on the positive side, they've got a good team going there. Yep, I can go out and practice again tomorrow. I can go and get better. And next time, if I practice enough, I'll beat them again. So always try and look on the bright side of things, a positive side. The pressure you get from ranking rounds and match play, totally different as well. Ranking rounds, you're all on the line, you're in a big group, you're not standing out, and no one's really looking at you, and you can do your own thing and shoot. Yes, you only have an 800mm area to shoot in, but that's yours, and there could be, at the Nationals, 100, maybe more of you on the line. It's okay, I'm just checking my notes, making sure I remember everything. That's not too bad. Yeah, you shoot, you do your stuff, you get your ranking. But then the match play comes in. Now, match play is a completely different beast. You are up against one other person. You are there standing on your own. Yeah, no one around you, just you and him. And that is when the panic sets in. What do you do when the panic sets in? Well, you can either let it eat you away and totally miss a target and shoot really badly, or you can accept it, you can do something to try and alleviate some of that panic, and you can try and shoot well. How do you alleviate the panic? Well, one thing I was told in my last job when I was in the Navy, that we were told you may come across certain situations where the flight or fight reaction hits the body. The adrenaline starts pumping, becomes short of breath, oxygen rushes away from the brain, and you don't know what to do. And people, they say when people panic, they just freeze. And this does happen sometimes. Now, we were told, if you're feeling this panic starting to rise, stop and take some deep breaths. And all that's going to do is get oxygen back to the brain, so the brain can start thinking again properly. It will reduce your heart rate. Yeah. And this is what will help you to reduce that panic level and then shoot okay-ish. Now, you'll need to practice this and keep positive thoughts in your head while you're doing it. But deep breaths, and away you go, because otherwise you're going to tense up You're not going to be able to think properly. You'll lose your shot routine. You won't be able to get through the clicker, all this type of thing. So stop. Deep breaths, get some oxygen. Oh, it's only 2 or 3. Back into the brain so you can think again, think about your shot routine, keep positive, and continue shooting. So, big thing, make sure you're having fun at all times. Stay positive, take those deep breaths, and remember, just because you're at a competition, you're not going to die. Yeah, no one's going to die. It's a competition. Yeah, it's not life-threatening. Keep relaxed and don't be that person who shoots an arrow off the target or gets a low score and goes, "Oh, I always shoot better than this. It's not worth shooting anymore." And after 2 rounds, they pack their kit up and bugger off home. I've seen it myself. So, hope you've enjoyed this. It's just giving you a quick insight into the mental side, give you some thoughts, help you out in the future. And again, this isn't for the guys who are going to the top level. This is just for the average Joe Archer going out, maybe to their first competition. Keep relaxed, keep positive. Once that arrow's gone, you can't do anything to it, so forget it. Keep your process, visualize the shot, have fun, always have fun. Keep practicing, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.